of y'all the best. Never knew cause it's hard to watch. Seen a couple of my homies die up on the block. With a and the vultures fly.
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. And it's Terry in at the one spot. Now here's Harden. And it's Terry off the drive. Can't hit.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
And he gets it back. And a nice shot by Bryant.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
And here is Los Angeles now. Russell kicks to Hibbert. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Now, here is Russell. To the middle. Got a piece of it. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Bryant again. Harden.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Howard drives in.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Bryant dishes to Randall. Back to Kobe. Russell high post. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. It's stolen by Jones. Lets it go from deep. And the shot is good. Ariza's got 5.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Now here's Hibbert. Randall with the bucket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Wasted no time on that one. Harden's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Left side, Bryant. And again, it's the Lakers. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Russell against Terry. It's Ariza on the wing. In the corner, Harden. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Young. Russell's got his second basket of the game.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Well, somehow the Lakers managed to avoid ending up in last place in the West last season. Still, it's a far, far cry from the Lakers teams of the past. Only 21 wins for them on the season.
Hibbert kicks to Young. He dishes it to Randall. Clock at 6. Fade away. Rebounded by Howard.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it. You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Russell passes to Kobe. That's short off the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the front.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Rockets lead by 6. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Rockets. Terry and Harden are the 1 and 2. Ariza and Jones at the small and power forward, and it's Howard in at the 5 spot.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6 going into the final games.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Rockets making the shot. And Jones sends it back. Pass to Williams. Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the number 2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, gee, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in second in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12 and 16 against the other playoff teams out West.
His 3-pointers off the mark. Houston leading by 7.
Fast. And nice job again that time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat.
Here's world peace following the score by Houston. Harden, that's good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Great tee that time from Hibbert. Lakers trailed by 11. The drive by Russell. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Houston making a switch here. Lawson's checked in. Now here's Ariza. He has 7. Harden dishes to Ariza. And Hibbert with the block. And Young, here we go. Can't get it to go.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. A chance here to check out how the Rockets ranked in the NBA last season. 2nd in fast break points. 3rd in steals. And they also ranked among the top 5 in points off turnovers, so did a nice job of turning people over and then turning those turnovers into points.
And as you pointed out, when it came to running the break, I mean, they were terrific. They left teams really just grasping for breath and unable to match that breakneck pace.
Randall. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Randall's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
A drive by Russell. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And working Kevin themselves to the line here in the 2nd. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. Now here's Beverly. It's stolen by Randall. Here's Young. Oh, jam! Oh, he's just beautiful.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
So it's the Lakers now, following the score by Houston.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Lakers were awful in a lot of aspects last season, and their play at home was a major one. Greg, they just couldn't do anything at home, and I think the fans were giving up hope as well.
And given how pricey those Laker tickets are, Kevin, there was a lot to be salty out in Laker land. So can't be a bottom dweller and charge that much for seats.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Montezumas comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's KJ McDaniels in for Marcus Thornton. Now here's Bryant. He's got 6. And Jones sends it back. No good from the wing. Houston leading by 7. Tries it from 19. They grab their own miss.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Up top, Russell. Defended by Beverly. 5 to shoot. 9 feet out.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one. Now, nice work there to contest the finish.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play.
Your Lakers.
Rockets ahead. They're up by 7. We'll